Look around you. Take a deep breath. Can you smell it? That specific, soul-crushing scent of stale coffee, industrial carpet cleaner, and quiet desperation? You are sitting in a conference room with beige walls, surrounded by people who have already given up on their dreams, listening to a woman from Human Resources named Linda explain the benefits package. She is smiling, but her eyes are dead. She is clicking through a PowerPoint presentation that looks like it was designed in 1997, and she lands on the slide that is supposed to be the holy grail of your employment contract: the 401k, the company match, the retirement plan. She tells you it is free money. She tells you it is the smartest thing you can do. She tells you that if you just put away a little bit of your paycheck every 2 weeks, by the time you are 65, you will be a millionaire, sipping margaritas on a beach in Florida, finally free to enjoy your life. And you believe her. You nod your head like a good little boy. You sign the paper and you check the box to maximize your contribution. You walk out of that meeting feeling responsible. You feel like an adult. You feel safe. You are a fool. You are a rat stepping willingly into a trap because someone painted a piece of cheese on the trigger. You have just signed a contract to lock your capital away in a prison you cannot touch for the next 40 years, handing it over to Wall Street gamblers who despise you, all for the promise of a mediocre existence when you are too old to enjoy it. Welcome to the matrix of modern finance. Welcome to the greatest scam ever perpetuated on the American worker. Today, we are going to perform an autopsy on the 401k. We are going to rip open the chest cavity of this sacred cow and show you the cancer rotting inside. We are going to use cold, hard bakery math to prove that you are being fleeced. And by the end of this conversation, if you are not furious, if you are not shaking with rage at how easily you are manipulated, then you are beyond saving. You are destined to die in the maze. But if you have a spark of intelligence left, if you have a shred of sovereignty in your soul, you are going to wake up. Let's start with the psychology of the trap. Why is the system designed this way? Do you really think the government and the financial institutions created the 401k because they love you? Because they want you to be wealthy and happy? Grow up. The 401k was created to turn you into financial beef cattle. It was created to provide a steady, mindless stream of liquidity to the stock market. Every 2 weeks, millions of rats across America get their paychecks. And before the money even hits their bank account, a portion is stripped away and sent blindly into mutual funds. You don't look at the price. You don't look at the valuation. You don't analyze the market conditions. You just buy. This is what we call blind buying pressure. It props up the entire house of cards. You are the structural support for the billionaires' exits. When the market is crashing, who is buying? You are. Because your automatic contribution doesn't care about a recession. You are the exit liquidity for the elite. And they sell this to you with the drug of tax deferral. This is the hook. They tell you, oh, don't pay taxes on this money now. Pay it later when you retire. Let's use some logic here. Do you think taxes are going to be lower in 30 years? Look at the national debt. Look at the printing of money. Do you honestly believe the government is going to ask for less money in the future? You are deferring taxes from a known rate today to an unknown, likely catastrophic rate tomorrow. You are agreeing to let the government be a silent partner in your business, but they get to decide their percentage share decades from now. That is insanity. That is not investing. That is gambling with a gun to your head. They tell you that you will be in a lower tax bracket when you retire. Why? Because you plan on being poor? Is that the goal? To earn less money when you are old? If you are listening to me, your goal should be to make 10 times more money when you are 60 than you do now. So you are deferring taxes from a low bracket today to pay a high bracket later. You are farming yourself. Now, let's look at the free money myth. The employer match. This is the cheese. They say if you put in 5%, we put in 5%. It's a 100% return instantly. Is it? Or is it a salary retention tool designed to keep you enslaved to a job you hate? That money usually has a vesting period. If you leave the company in 2 years, they take their match back. It is a golden chain. It keeps you sitting in that cubicle, tolerating a toxic boss, tolerating the humiliation of the corporate ladder, just so you can keep your free money. And let's be honest about the math. If your salary is $100,000 and the match is $5,000, you are selling your freedom for $5,000 a year. That is pathetic. You are selling your sovereignty for the price of a used Honda Civic spread out over 12 months. You are cheap. You are a cheap date for the corporation. And where does this money go? It goes into funds managed by people who charge fees. Let's talk about the fees. This is where the bakery math gets brutal. You look at a fund and see an expense ratio of 1% or maybe 2%, you think, 1% is nothing. I can afford 1%. You are numerically illiterate. 1% is not 1% of your profit. It is 1% of your total capital, taken every single year, regardless of whether the market goes up or down. Over a lifetime of investing, a 2% fee doesn't reduce your end wealth by 2%. It reduces it by 40 to 50%. Read that again in your mind. If you invest for 40 years, the compounding effect of fees eats half of your potential wealth. You are taking 100% of the risk, you are putting up 100% of the capital, and the fund manager who takes zero risk ends up with half of your money. That is not a partnership. That is a parasite. You are the host, and Wall Street is the tapeworm living in your intestines, getting fat while you starve. Let's dissect the premium poor lifestyle that this system creates. I see you. I see you driving that least luxury SUV to your office park job. You have a nice suit. You have the latest iPhone. You have a $401k balance that says $200,000. But try to access that money. Go ahead. Try to take out $10,000 to start a business. Try to take it out to buy a rental property that actually produces cash flow. You can't. If you touch it before you are 59 and a half, the government hits you with a 10% penalty, plus income tax. You lose 40% of it instantly. That is not your money. It is the government's money that they are letting you look at. You are a premium poor person. You have a high net worth on paper, but you have zero liquidity. You are cash poor. You are one layoff away from disaster, but you comfort yourself by looking at a number on a screen that you cannot touch. It is a hallucination. The system wants you to accept average returns. They tell you to be happy with 7 or 8% a year. Do you know what the inflation rate is? The real inflation rate, not the garbage number the government publishes? If the cost of living is rising by 10% and your portfolio is up 8%, you are losing money. You are getting poorer every single day, but the nominal number is going up, so you feel good. It is a dopamine hit for the ignorant. The rat race is running on a treadmill that is moving backwards faster than you are running forward. You are sweating, you are exhausted, you are sacrificing your youth, and you are moving backwards. The bank loves this. The mutual fund loves this. The HR lady loves this because she doesn't have to explain anything else. It is the path of least resistance. It is the path of the herd. And what happens at the end? Let's say you win. Let's say you follow the rules, you eat the stale donuts, you max out the contribution, and you retire at 65 with $2 million. First of all, in 30 years, $2 million will buy you a sandwich and a parking spot. Inflation will destroy the purchasing power of that number. But let's pretend it's enough. You are now 65 years old. Your knees hurt. Your back hurts. Your energy levels are 40% of what they were. You gave the best years of your life, the years of peak vitality, peak energy, peak creativity, to a corporation in exchange for freedom when you are in the twilight of your existence. You traded the prime steak for the bone. That is the deal you signed. You sacrificed your sovereignty when you were young and dangerous for safety when you were old and harmless. That is a tragedy. That is a wasted life. The system relies on your fear. They tell you, investing is hard. You can't beat the market. Leave it to the professionals. This is a psychological operation to disable your confidence. They want you to feel helpless, so you hand over the reins. The truth is, no one cares about your money more than you do. No fund manager is losing sleep over your retirement. If the market crashes 50%, the fund manager still collects his fee on the remaining 50%. He gets paid to lose your money. If you managed your own capital, if you bought real assets, if you built a business, you would be in control. But control is scary. Control requires responsibility. The rat hates responsibility. The rat wants a warm cage and regular pellets. The 401k is the pellet dispenser. I want you to think about the opportunity cost. This is a term they teach in economics, but they don't apply it to your life. Every dollar you lock away in a retirement account is a dollar that cannot be used today to build real wealth. It cannot be used to buy inventory for a side business. It cannot be used to pay for a mentor. It cannot be used to buy a distressed property. You are starving your present potential to feed a future fantasy. You are killing the entrepreneur inside you by denying him capital. You are engaging in toxic leverage against your own dreams. You are betting against yourself. You are saying, I am not smart enough to use this money today, so I will give it to the system to use for me. That is an admission of defeat. Let's go deeper into the taxable brokerage alternative versus the retirement account. If you invest in a standard brokerage account, yes, you pay taxes on the money before it goes in, but the money is yours. It is liquid. If a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity comes up next Tuesday, you can sell your stock and buy the opportunity. You have agility. In the modern world, agility is the only currency that matters. Speed wins. Liquidity wins. Being able to pivot wins. The 401k is a concrete block tied to your ankle. It removes your agility. It turns you into a sitting duck. And for what? For a tax break? You are selling your tactical advantage for a coupon. Imagine a different life. Imagine you are the subject A in our experiment. Subject A is a rat. He puts 15% into his 401k. He feels safe. He drives a nice car. He has no cash. He hates his boss but can't quit because he has no liquidity. He waits for 65. Now imagine Subject B. Subject B is a sovereign individual. He takes the match if it's free money, but he withdraws it as soon as the penalty makes sense, or he only puts in the minimum. He takes the rest of his capital and builds a war chest. He keeps it liquid. He educates himself. He buys a small rental property, then another. He starts a service business. He fails. He tries again. By the time he is 40, he has cash flow. He doesn't need to sell assets to live. He lives off the income his assets produce. He retires at 45, not 65. He is young enough to surf, to travel, to build, to create. He beat the system because he refused to play by the rules of the system. The credit score scam is tied to this. You are taught to protect your credit score so you can borrow money to buy things you don't need. The 401k is the other side of that coin. One keeps you in debt, the other keeps your capital inaccessible. It is a pincer movement designed to crush the middle class. The elite do not have 401k plans. Do you think Elon Musk has a 401k? Do you think Jeff Bezos is worried about his asset allocation in a target date fund? No. They own the company. They own the equity. They have control. They are the farmers. You are the cattle. As long as you think like a consumer, as long as you think like an employee, you will be processed like meat. You need to develop mental sovereignty. You need to look at the graph of the S&P 500 and realize it is not a graph of growth. It is a graph of inflation. It is a graph of the dollar losing value. When the stock market goes to all-time highs, it doesn't mean companies are producing more value. It means the currency you are using to measure them is becoming worthless. You are cheering because the number is higher, but the value is stagnant. You are suffering from a money illusion. The system depends on this illusion. It depends on you not understanding the difference between price and value. So, what is the exit? How do you escape this labyrinth? It hurts. It requires pain. The first step is to stop the bleeding. Stop mindlessly dumping money into a hole you can't see. Look at your plan. Are the fees over 0.5%? If they are, you are being robbed. Is the match real, or is the vesting period 5 years? If it is 5 years, it's a trap. Consider reducing your contribution to the bare minimum required for the match. Or if you are truly radical, stop it entirely. Take the tax hit now. Pay the government their blood money today so you can keep the rest of your harvest forever. Build a liquidity fund, not an emergency fund. That sounds fearful. A freedom fund, a war chest. Money that sits there ready to be deployed into asymmetric bets. Invest in your own ability to earn. If you take $10,000 and spend it on a skill, learning sales, learning coding, learning copywriting, the return on investment on that education is infinite. It is not 7%. It is 1,000%. The best asset you have is not a stock ticker. It is your brain. But the system wants you to outsource your brain to the fund manager. Reclaim your brain. Reclaim your capital. Start buying real assets. Things you can touch. Real estate. Gold. Bitcoin. If you understand self-custody. Businesses. Things that cannot be printed by a central bank. Things that do not require a custodian to access. This is the path of the sovereign. It is lonely. Your friends will tell you that you are crazy. Your parents will tell you that you are irresponsible. Linda from HR will look at you with concern. Good. Their concern is your validation. If the herd thinks you are going the wrong way, you are almost certainly going the right way. This is not financial advice. This is a declaration of war against mediocrity. This is a call to arms for your own soul. You have been asleep at the wheel, driving a car designed to crash. It is time to wake up. It is time to take the wheel. It is time to kill the rat inside you. If you are still here, if you have listened to this entire tirade and you feel that fire in your stomach, If you realize that you have been wearing chains made of gold, I want you to leave a comment below. I want you to type 2 words, golden handcuffs. Type it so I know who the awake ones are. Type it to signal to the algorithm that we are not beef cattle. Type it to remind yourself that the cage is open and you have simply been too afraid to walk out. Don't be a premium poor. Don't be a statistic. Be the anomaly. The system is designed to break you. Prove it wrong. Break the system. Get your money back. Get your time back. Get your life back. Now, go.